What would happen if I walked into a random McDonald's and started working? So I quit working at McDonald's like a week ago and I still have my work uniform. I was wondering what would happen if I just walked into a different McDonald's than the one I worked at and just started working. Would I get into trouble with the law or would they just tell me to leave if they noticed?
Honestly, I feel like most McDonald's are so unorganized that you could walk in saying it's your first day and they'd probably go through the whole process of putting your fingerprint in the clock-in thing and everything.
3 hours later.
Quick background info, I quit my job at McDonald's and still have my uniform. I decided to go to a random McDonald's and just start working to see what happens. So I went to a McDonald's in a nearby town around 4 p.m. yesterday. I parked at a nearby store where I had a good view of the drive-thru. I waited until the drive-thru was very full to go to the McDonald's since they would be too busy to pay attention to me. I casually walked in and pretended to clock in. I washed my hands and put on my gloves. There were only 3 workers in the grill area. 2 of them were busy online and the other was frantically dropping 10 ones. When they saw me they told me to drop nuggets. I dropped nuggets and restocked the little freezer that was by the fryer, and continued working. One of them asked me if I was new. I just told him it's my 3rd day and he didn't question it. After a while, once things calmed down, one of the workers started teaching me how to do line. I just pretended like I had no clue what I was doing even though I did. I just occasionally made simple mistakes like putting diced onions on quarter pounders. Things went downhill once the manager started asking us what breaks we've taken and which we haven't. I stayed quiet hoping he wouldn't ask me directly. The manager looked at me and said, "And you?" I told him I haven't had any of my breaks. He asked if I was new. I said yeah and gave him a fake name, Bradley Johnson. He looked through his list and told me he couldn't find my name on the schedule. I said, "That's weird, I'm scheduled to work today from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. He then left to check the system. So I continued working. Once he got back he said, "Who are you? We don't have you in our system." I told him that there must be a mistake since I already had my orientation on Wednesday and I also worked Thursday. He left to double check and once he returned he told me that I wasn't in the system or the schedules. I told him I had no idea what's going on and that I'm as confused as he is. He was already kinda pissed at this point and he called the hiring manager. As you could already guess, he found out I wasn't an employee and he told me to get the fuck out or he was gonna call the police. I left and the crew members were just talking with each other about WTF just happened.